Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Wasting Time. I'm one of your lovely hosts, Joe. With me, as always, are my two partners in crime, Mr. John.
What up?
And the lovely, sultry Mr. Travis.
Oh, you know what time it is.
Come and waste your time. How you doing, fellas?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Doing
Good. We kind of had a soft start on that. Let's dive back into that talk.
Soft start, yes. It's without being pedantic or
Yes.
pretentious, yeah.
Let's hear some comments. Is it Neanderthal or Neanderthal? I say it's both.
I say it's caveman.
Were the Neanderthals actually cavemen?
You have to switch it. Every time you say that word, you have to go to the other way of saying it.
Okay, so were the Neanderthals actually cavemen? Like, is that fall into the right time period? Because I know, like, when it comes to the Jurassic period, a lot of what we know as the Jurassic period is actually a different period.
Yeah,
I can't think of any off the top of my head, but
right. Yeah. I feel like caveman may just be like sort of slang, maybe.
Yeah, because you're assuming their gender, you fuck.
I mean, yeah.
I think we're assuming their roles as well, because according to us, they were actually very good at selling insurance.
Did I miss those commercials?
Oh yeah, dude! They almost made a TV show with that guy as the main character.
Yeah,
they did. It was actually like I think they only had like 4 episodes, but people weren't having it. You know, they
good attempt.
Yeah, a good attempt at a commercial character actually branching out into mainstream. But it obviously we didn't want it, so they didn't stick with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let us know how you pronounce it. Is it Neanderthal or Neanderthal?
How many people are going to Google how to spell this and put the wrong answer that they didn't feel was correct?
Yeah, right.
All I kept getting was neon light bulbs.
Memes like Neanderthal, Neander short, kind of somewhere in the middle.
I'm Neander medium sized, I think.
Neander slim, please. That's a 32, 34. Just so you know.
That almost sounds like a weight loss drink, you know, or just maybe an intelligence booster. Be less of a Neanderthal, get Neander slim.
Oh, there you go, nice. Or maybe you want Neanderthal because you want the crazy brow ridge. And it's just like water mixed with rock dust.
Personally, I want to become more of a Neanderthal, so I think I'm going to get the drink Neanderall.
Yes.
I heard you spray it around your house because it's like a whole family kind of.
So it's like a pheromone type thing?
Yeah.
Like airborne, you have to breathe it in.
It regresses your brain. It's a formula of battery acid and bod spray.
Yeah. Ooh, damn, Travis, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
What?
Ugh.
I am not doing anything with battery acid in it, so I guess I don't want to become more of a Neanderthal. Can't remember which one I said last. Going with tall.
You never go full Neanderthal. Start walking around bashing people on their head, dragging them around by their hair.
You know, I almost wish we could do those things. You know, like you end up getting behind an idiot out on the road. It'd be almost awesome if you could pull him over just to bonk him on the head.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? bonk, and then just go back to your car.
When in reality, smashing somebody in the head isn't going to help at all.
I wish it would.
The
Damn.
brain
s-
dead and more Neanderthal. Yeah,
But it would stop them from reproducing.
true.
You see, never mind. We're gonna lose a viewer if I say that.
We don't need to lose viewers. We don't have enough to spare.
What Hitler did was bad. Okay, I was not going to say he was on to something. It was all bad.
Yes, indeed. But he still had rockin' facial
Oh my gosh.
hair. Total joke. Total joke. Charlie Chaplin did it better.
Yeah, right.
Who also actually made a film making fun of Hitler. So,
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, what we haven't talked in a little while. We took a week off. We both have, or all three have lives, and yeah, stuff came up, so we had to take a week off. But how'd you guys enjoy your week?
Wasn't bad. Nothing new or spectacular, I suppose. Yeah, super exciting. I know. Settle down.
Yeah, right. I did get to watch Spider-Man: Far From Home again. Haven't seen it since it was in theaters, and gotta love that movie.
Still haven't seen it. That's my homework for the week, right?
I've got it on digital. I'll send you a copy.
That's what you should do, Joe, is open a movie store.
That would actually, if we still was able to do video stores like they were in the 90s, that would be an awesome job. Just stand around and talk movies to people. Like, I'm picturing like GameStop, but for movies. People come in, tell me that what they like out of the movie, that don't know what they're in the mood for, and I can just quick fire some awesome suggestions at them based on minimal information that they give me.
Yeah, you'd be really good at that.
Yeah, like I watch a lot of movies. I kind of hate the name. I hope they change it, but cinephile, like that is someone who really likes movies.
You sound like you need to go to prison for it.
I know. Yeah, that's why they need to change the name. It's just the fact that they put the file at the end automatically associates it with something else. So
yeah, poor choice in words there.
Yeah.
I mean, it means love. File means love.
In a weird roundabout way, I guess. Yeah.
It does. That's petty means child, foot or child, and file means love. So a pedophile is a child lover.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be then what the connotations.
Can't we just call it film lover? Like just move away from the file. Close the file cabinet.
Yep.
That's what I want to do.
Maybe we should change. Nobody's allowed to say movie or film or cinema anymore. It's being changed to flick. And you can only say that. That was a good flick.
Actually, I kind of like that word. Do kind of wish that would come back, like people calling movies flicks.
Yeah. There was a big thing I read about people talking about. We were talking about pedantic earlier. But I hate when people call movies films or cinema. Like, just say movie. Like, really?
I mean, you know how I feel about pretentious sounding shit.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I really do. Maybe it's because I love movies so much that hearing the word film or cinema doesn't bother me so much. But I can totally get that whole thing. It does sound super snooty. Like, oh, we're going to the cinema tonight to watch a film. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, we're not in the 20s anymore.
Yeah, like I don't mind it so much because I am a film lover. Like, I do love movies. I don't use the words film or cinema very often.
Yeah.
unless a title of something has the word cinema or film in it, I generally don't associate those words with movies at all. I just say movies. Or flick. I'm going to start saying flick. I like that.
Flick is good.
Flick. That's a good flick.
That cinephile man, he that could be, I mean, that could go different ways. It could be movie lover. It could be, cinnamon lover.
Let me get a little flick.
Maybe a little flick of that cinnamon. Goes good with my cookies.
Cinema sounds like something that like you go to, a place you go to that like worships cinnamon. Let's go to the cinema and get some cinnamon muffins.
Yeah, I could see that.
Words, they're stupid. I can't wait until we
generalize. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. It'd be awesome to live in a world where we just communicate using nothing but facial expressions and hand gestures.
I think Penguin Zero. I think Penguin Zero did a video on that.
I'd be interested in checking that out.
Yeah, he was like, you stare at a girl from across the room and you wink at her. And my viewers on Twitch are gonna see this. I'll have a link to this. And then, you take your two fingers and caress your mustache and start lapping your tongue. And then you move your diamond-shaped hands to spread the cheeks. And again, you flicker your tongue, all while looking at her from across the room, not saying a word. She'll know what you want.
Diamond-shaped hands, nice.
There's all kinds of things that a nice long stare. Okay, when you're young, you're first noticing the opposite sex or the same sex, what have you. The sex that does it for you.
There you go. Nice.
Staring is something that you do because you're imagining talking to that person, walking up to them. What should I say? How should I say it? If I do this, will she do this, or he do this, or they do this? Sorry.
All right.
Like you end up staring. It happens. I did it when I was a kid. Probably creeped some girls out. Why is that kid staring at me? Because I don't really know what to do or say. Because I'm 13 and these hormones and emotions are all completely new to me.
All right.
But yeah, it'd be nice if that works. Like in the movies, the love interest, guy or girl sees the thing they like and they stare at it from across the room and then they make eye contact and the staring is actually taken as a compliment and not creepy. But like staring's creepy. You catch somebody staring at you in real life, you're like, what the fuck? You're like, what do you want to do right now? Like, why are you staring at me? You're not instantly flattered that they were staring at you. You kind of got to build up to that one. You think I'm attractive and you like looking at me. Okay, now I'm flattered. At first I was creeped out.
Well, I think that all depends on the look that's on their face when they're staring as well, though.
True. But there are people that have what's called resting bitch face.
That shit don't work on me.
or I call it resting dick face in the case of a male.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some people that just have that evil look on their face, even though they don't mean to. That's just their face. So if you get somebody that has a resting face like that staring at you, instantly you're like, they're gonna murder me in my sleep. Like they're planning it now.
They think I'm the most despicable person in the world.
Yeah. Then you start thinking up all the things that you could have done to piss them off. Like, what did I do? Did I trip over their dog and accidentally kill it? What happened?
Here, I've actually got a story that worked out for me.
With a staring story, really?
So okay. I'm staring at this girl, and I'm like, man, I think I know her. And I, honest to God, so this is my 3-step plan to success.
Nice.
So I'm looking at this girl, and I'm kind of like with a puzzled look, like, I'm a very intellectual person, and I think that I know you. You should approach me. And she did. So first step worked. Second step. I think you're my cousin.
Okay.
I swear to God, I thought it was my cousin. I'm like, aren't you such and such? And then she's like, no, I don't even know you, dude. Step three.
Step 2 failed. So
No,
step
step 2 worked. Step 3, you wait. This girl approaches me again, and she said, you know what? I kind of think that I dig you. I went to her home later that evening, and we fornicated.
And now you have a kid.
No.
Oh, no. That would have been awesome if that would have been the end of that story.
Travis's storytelling. Oh, it cracks me up.
What ended up happening, the sick part about this is that her family...
You found out she was your cousin.
that happened in her family. So for viewers out there that are like, oh, I'm going to try this, don't. I think it was because she thought that I was seriously her cousin and had the intentions of banging her. And she thought that was okay. So I'm pretty sure that's what drove that to that.
That sounds
hey,
like
it worked for me.
that sounds like Pornhub material. Not gonna lie. You know, like, I'm pretty sure you can find that exact same scenario on some porn site.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That was great. I've got a resting bitch face story as well. First of all, I guess I should set up context. So, resting bitch face has been a thing for a long while now. It's, you know, it became, I don't know what people called it for that face. So you put on that face, that means don't come talk to me. It's been that way for so long now that I feel like it's lost its effectiveness. If that makes any sense. But
yeah, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, it doesn't have an effect on me, and I have actually had a conversation with someone. She had that face, and I didn't care. I went up to her and talked to her anyways, and we became good friends actually. So yeah, like moral of the story is,
and now you have a kid together.
Right? Yeah, and now we have a kid together. Yeah, ignore the face. Because at the end of the day, it's confidence.
And you might be cousins.
And you might be cousins. Also.
Again, that may work for some people. I don't know.
I'm your cousin. I'm your cousin.
Lordy.
John doesn't know the Joe Dirt reference.
You're my sister. You're my sister.
Yes, that happens in that movie, John. Please go watch it.
It's about as lowbrow as you can get when it comes to film, but
doesn't surprise me. Yeah, flick. Yeah,
yeah. Well, see, like, resting bitch face, it's not something that you can actually control. That's not like a face you actually put on. People, this is like a condition that people are born with. Like if like you just have one of those faces that constantly looks like you're angry. That's what resting bitch face is. Like it really is like a physical disorder. These people are born looking angry even though they're not.
You're right. That's why I'm saying that's part also. Yeah, like so just ignore that face and go talk to that person regardless. It only takes 2 seconds, and the worst thing they can say is no. So there you go.
I don't know. I imagine a lot worse things coming out of people with resting bitch face. Like, it's just, I imagine they're like going to completely bite my head off if I interrupt them at all.
Yeah, these are the experiences, Joe. You live and you learn.
Like, hi, how are you doing? Fuck you! That's what I expect out of resting
like a screaming banshee to be behind that face. Like,
yeah. I psych myself out of a lot of conversations.
They turn into Medusa. Oh God! Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Backing out. Backing out.
That's why I'm really not, made for customer service. not a very good salesman because I psych myself out. Don't like calling people. That's even worse than actually talking to someone in person. At least in person, you can read the facial expressions and kind of gauge what you might say next.
Right.
Over the phone, it's really hard to kind of judge what you should say and what's going to set somebody off or whatever. And since you're, doing it through work, you can't just say, "All right, fuck you, bye."
Right.
Then you're going to get fired.
You follow the script.
Yeah. So I don't like having to deal with people on the phone. I actually feel for people that do those types of jobs to a degree. Some of you should seek new employment. Like,
Yes.
if you work for some company that's just trying to hound me down for money that you don't need, you should get new work. Like, nobody likes telemarketers.
No. That's why they all live in India.
They've got to be like, telemarketers have to be one of the most unanimously hated jobs ever. Like, I don't know anybody that enjoys answering the phone when a telemarketer calls, unless there's somebody that likes to prank them.
Oh yeah.
I've got the best idea. We have this person that we know, and that all they do is talk. I wonder how that would go. She'd end up selling them something.
Completely unrelated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she would sell them something completely unrelated. Speaking of people that like to mess with those people, when I was younger, somebody had called our house and they were asking for my mom, I think it was, and somebody else was there, and they had actually answered the phone. And to mess with them, they said, "Oh no, she's dead. Yeah, I would like for you to not call back, please. We're still mourning." And like,
I remember that.
yeah.
I
That's a
think
good
I
way.
was there when that happened.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's a good way to get them to stop calling. Oh, that person's
Right.
dead now. They're not alive anymore. Take them off your call list.
I started being blunt with that type of stuff. They'd call me, I just be like, "I'm not interested," and then hang up. Just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't call me again.
Yeah, the same way. You have to be. You can't let them get into their flow, or you just like magically get pulled in. Like, oh my god, that sounds. Wait, no, what am I talking about?
Yeah, like at first, you're just trying to be polite. You don't want to be a dick and slam the door in their face, but then after a while, you wish you had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had to cut some. I was actually not aware that people still did this, but I had a house I used to live in a few years back. There was a church nearby, and it had actually just opened as a church. It was a school prior to that, and when this church opened up, they actually walked around door to door to the people that lived in the surrounding area to promote the church, offer help, whatever. And I know that they used to do that back in the day, but I thought that was something that kind of died off in the most recent decade. You don't really hear too many stories about churches going door to door anymore.
Mm.
But yeah, I just had no interest. I wasn't rude. I think that actually threw them off that I wasn't rude. I had a smile on my face. I said, I don't want to waste your time, but I'm not interested. Thank you. And then they had this blank look on their face. They were thrown completely off by me politely turning them down.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, what? Do you need help with anything?" No, I'm good. Thanks. Have a good day. And shut the door. And then they just kind of looked at each other and then walked away. I could, see them through the window of the door. And like, how many times did they have the door slammed in their face? I wonder. Like, how many people are like, "No, Satan!" Because there's those people that do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I tried to be courteous at the very least, and I don't know if they appreciated it or not. It was almost like they wanted me to be rude with them. They would have preferred that.
Or
They could
rather
have
just
handled that
used
better.
to that. Yeah.
Yeah, like how does somebody politely turn down the Lord?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny you'd say that. I had two missionaries. They weren't with. I don't know. I got the pamphlet still in my kitchen. This happened yesterday, actually. It's kind of funny that you brought this up. But there's two missionaries, and they're walking around. I'm taking out my trash, and it's so funny that you bring that up. Actually, 'cause this just happened.
Wow.
I'm taking out my trash, and these two guys walk up, and they're like, "Oh, we wondered if there's any time you'd have to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ." And I was like, "Well, I work third shift, so I don't know." And they asked me about third shift, talked about being a vampire,
Right.
and they're like, "Well, will you accept this picture of Jesus Christ?" And I had one of two options here. I can take the picture and cordially, play their little game until they leave, or I can do something Travis about it.
You were cordial, didn't you? You went with the cordial.
I accepted the picture.
Yeah, it was a mix. I got a feeling, yeah.
Okay.
I accepted the picture, and they handed me a pamphlet, and
Oh boy.
they talked about how we've just came out of the dark ages and stuff, and I was like, these motherfuckers are going crazy. It's one thing to come up and offer me a picture of Jesus and your pamphlet for your church and shit. We were talking about dark ages and stuff, and I said, well, it's you two gentlemen that keep us out of the dark ages. Hail Satan. And I walked inside my house.
No.
See, basically, Satan.
I haven't had those two gentlemen walk past, and I don't expect them to walk past because now there's a satanic worshiper here. There's Hindus down the street. There's Muslims behind me. I think they're starting to get the picture.
Yeah.
But I wanted to so bad, but I couldn't work up. I was going to bring up Lucifer Morningstar and how he's our Lord and Savior. But I was like, how can I do this and it not be awkward and then beat me with a cross?
Mm-hmm.
Hail Satan walks in my house.
Hail Satan. That sounds like you live in a pretty diverse neighborhood, dude.
Dude. I mean, I live with surgeons, and my neighbor's an orthopedic surgeon.
So basically, yours is the neighborhood to rob. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's the top 5% richest community in where we live.
Nice. Yeah, that's why I didn't approve or get approved. Rather, I'm not rich. But with some helpful donations to help me get to Cami, could become that way.
You can live rich in a cabin.
You so the viewer Cassie we mentioned to you said she would give you a couple bucks. She has upped her donation price to 20, and then you actually got somebody else who said that they would give you 4 quarters as well. So
seriously,
you're at $21, sir.
Awesome. I'm super excited.
Christine is the name of the other viewer. Said she would give you the 4 quarters.
Thank you, Christine. I appreciate your donation to my future happiness. I'll tell you what, every person that donates, I will tattoo your name on Cammy's leg. Like, you will be a part of me and Cammy.
They instantly take their money back. Like, oh, he's getting weird about it now. Like, not the fact that he is getting a sex doll in the first place. It's, our name's going on the doll. That's just
I mean, what's going to be funny is I'm going to buy the sex doll and never actually have sex with it. I'm just going to do funny shit with it. Start up an Instagram and, go drive through drive-thrus and, other things.
I'd still have sex with the sex doll. I mean,
I mean, I might. I'm gonna leave that kind of ambiguous. You know, imagine how you want. Am I plugging it? Maybe. Could be. Is it plugging me? Probably.
Probably.
Sitting on a couple thumbs.
Oh god. Yeah, leave that up to your imagination.
Caption this.
Oh god.
Crochet accident again.
Or
yeah.
was it?
That one would suck. I'd end up having to like detach her arm to go to the ER.
You'd have to leave it in.
Just dragging around this 70-pound doll.
Under a blanket, at least.
A bed sheet.
Yeah.
Her thumb got stuck in my butt. I don't really know what happened.
I like the thumb, then it was the knuckle, and then the wrist, and
And
What
then
seems to be
somehow
the problem?
elbow
I don't want
deep.
to talk about it.
there were
I don't
cool
think I
songs
could
on it.
handle elbow deep, man. That's
I
That's-
would hope not. Good lord.
That's grabbing yesterday's lunch right there.
yeah. Like, I don't think I could do elbow deep. It's only so pliable down there.
And back to Cammy we go.
Till the end of our days.
Yeah, all right. Like, subscribe, share, hit that bell notification.
Yeah, everybody have a lovely night. Thanks for stopping by.
Sweet dreams.
Good night and good luck.